Good evening. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your metal market wrap-up for this Wednesday, and we are now at the 16th of December, 2020. We're about 6:30 in the evening. I've had a rough day in the house. The connection between my home and the street, you ever have the sewers cave in? You know what I'm going through. Owning a home is an unusual experience. I've done it for a long time, though. As you look at the market, stock market pretty steady tonight. Gold is continuing its challenge to the upside along with silver. Silver really put on a performance day today, and the copper market went back down recently, challenged that 350 zone, held it very nicely. So the elephant in the room at this point has been, well, there's two of them. The first one we're done with, and that's the Fed. They did absolutely nothing. They told the market they have its back. They're not looking to raise interest rates anytime soon. I think the Fed could not have been any clearer in saying just because we might see an uptick in inflation doesn't mean the Fed's going to react to it right away. So people that thought the curve yield might be played with, they gave no inclination about that. So that was the other part. The second elephant in the room is, are we going to get a COVID relief bill? If we do, what's it made out of? So we have to see that. And by Friday, you know, the U.S. government runs out of funding. So either Congress gets this done or they got to vote and have another extension until they get something done. I don't think that anyone's thinking that there's going to be a Fed budget without a COVID bill. So that is the good news. And the market, it's looking at that now. So it's back to focusing on that part. When you look at the gold market, you can see we've had a heck of a nice bounce. The market's come a long way since this close of $1781.90, and here you are up about $70 or so. If it continues, and that's a big if, but if it does, $1894.70 is the target for the resistance. When we look at the current chart pattern, we can see that the market is sort of drifting in here, not doing a heck of a lot one way or the other. The pattern on the chart is one of a lower low and a higher high. That is not a trend. When I put the moving averages, you can see that you had a mini fight right back here between the 200-day moving average in gray, the red, the 18-day average, and the markets won out to the upside. The problem for the marketplace is that you also have the Bollinger Band right above it at $1885.80. So another, let's call it $18, and you're looking at very stiff resistance. I would think the pros would be looking at that number as a lot of resistance. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. When we look at the gold-silver ratio, this tells you the silver's gaining on the gold. The lower the number goes, the fewer ounces of silver in a perfect world that you need to get an ounce of gold. And as you can see, you're up into a key resistance area right now. Why is it a key one? Because you're at the Bollinger Band, you're at the 100-day moving average, and you're overbought, not embedded. I view that as a key resistance area. And is this market trending? This is the problem. You've got a lower and low here. I know it doesn't exactly look like it, but this was 2369.5 to 2369 and a higher high. That's not a trend. In the copper market has done a nice job here of holding on this day the 350 level. That's why I've been saying that number to me was important. It's been correcting an overbought condition. Now, is it out of doing that? And the answer is no. So to just jump on board, I would if you had an embedded reading, but you don't. So you're overbought in an uptrend. Resistance is the 365 level and support's back at the 347.80 level. When we look at the platinum market in an uptrend, you have a pattern of higher lows, higher highs. It was a disappointing day for the bulls today because you did get this market up all the way into the 1063 level, and then the market comes back and gives that whole thing up and closes 340 lower. That is not a sign of enduring strength, in my opinion. But the good news, and there's some good news, you've worked out of it being overbought. You have an uptrend, the bias is up, and an upside target still is 1089.10 if you can clear today's high. So those are the positives. In the palladium market, it's more of the same. You are caught between the 18 and the 100-day averages, and you're just bouncing along there. Don't be a hero in this market. Let it tell you what to do. If you'll notice, we're getting a lot of this uneven type of trade. What I mean by that is you're not getting clear-cut trends. You got a higher high and lower low, and that makes rough trading. In the dollar index, we'll see how you do tonight now that Asia can look at what the Fed did. I'm of the opinion you keep the bearish position in the dollar. In other words, the trend is down, lower highs, lower lows, so I'll call that the bearish position. You've got this still with an embedded reading. Until that's lost, I don't see much going on, and I think that when they do a COVID-19 bill, it's going to actually be bearish for this because the market will say, oh, another billion or whatever, another trillion rather. What does that matter? We just keep spending the money. So when I put it all together, that's what I see that you have. And I covered that this morning in great detail, talking a lot of in and out trades, by the way. And I want to remind you, my Cyber Week special ends in 48 hours. So if you've been waiting and saying, I'm going to wait and I'm going to get Ira's charting course for free, you're in your last 48 hours of it right now. So you're there. Better go do it. I've already raised the price to just prove my point on our website to $249.95 for the course. You get it free with any purchase of a 1-year subscription package. Next year, what I'm also doing, as I told you, I'm doing special set of videos now on slow stochastics, how I use them, the Bollinger Bands, and the importance and how to use inside and outside days. But in this, what I do in the morning, I cover all these markets. In my full research, I not only cover this, I put out a morning written update with a set of recommendations, and then I back that up in the evening with another set. Like tonight, I'll be putting one out. If you just want to try that, it's $7.95 for 30 days. You don't get the free charting course, and as you know, the charting course price has now gone up by about 25%. So you decide what you want to do with that, but I know what I'm doing with what I'm offering here. You can go to our website. You can view everything, choose if you want to do any. If not, that's fine too. I'm Ira Epstein. I will talk to you all tomorrow. You have a good day.